What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a build breakdown update for Hulk. So let's go ahead and look at his traits. His two main attributes are durability and strength. He automatically gains a 5% brutal strike chance. His primary resource is called Anger. Anger is generated whenever Hulk deals or is dealt damage, and when anger reaches 100%, Hulk is considered very angry. These benefits scale with Hulk's current anger and update when you use a power. Base damage goes from 0.3. Okay, so base damage, crit hit damage, and brutal strike damage starts at 0.3%, and it goes all the way up to 30% when you reach to full very angry. The crit hit rating multiplier goes from 0.1% to 10%. Attack and movement speed goes from 0.1% to 10% as well. Hulk Tough, you automatically gain a maximum health of 1750. Defense and deflect are your two main defensive stats, so they both get a multiplier percentage of 20%, and their defense rating and deflect rating are given a base of 600. You also gain melee combatant, which gives you 8% damage reduction. So onto my abilities. A few abilities I have changed out. It's still the same leaping build, but just a couple other stuff changed out. Cratering Stomp is on my triangle. Meteor Strike is on my L2 circle. Ultimate Destruction, your signature, is on my L2 square. Demolishing Charge is on circle. It's one of your other dashes. Avalanche Leap is another movement ability that's on square. Knuckle Dusters is on L2X, Hulk Smash is on X, and Deafening Roar is on L2 triangle. My talents, I went with Hulk Tough so that you can get 20% max health back whenever you use Deafening Roar. I'm using Roar. Deafening Roar gains the following effects: total damage increase 10%, damage received 10%. When you use Deafening Roar while very angry, these effects are doubled for 20 seconds. So what I'm unsure of is if that damage received means the enemies that you've already, I guess, hit with the Deafening Roar, the ones that would have a skull over their head, if that means they're taking 10% more damage, or if it means you are taking 10% more damage. If it means you're taking 10% more damage, then you can still stick with this because the total damage increase. But if you don't want to use this, then I would go with Hulk Really Mad. The benefits of anger are increased by 50% while very angry, but provide no benefits. Otherwise, anger decay rate is increased by 50%. So the next talent is Hulk Wreck Everything. Whenever you use a cooldown power, reduce the cooldowns of all the other cooldown powers by 0.5 seconds. If you don't want to use this, then you can go ahead and use Hulk Really Loud, because it gives you two signatures, and every time you hit a person, you reduce the cooldown for your signature, and it reduces down to 20 seconds. It can go to a max of 20 seconds. So Hulk Really Loud is a really good one as well for the signature, but Hulk Wreck Everything is definitely a really good choice, because what you're going to be focusing on is your Hulk Smash. Hulk Smash is going to be doing an automatic brutal damage. So everything else, you're basically leaping around, and that's your cooldown right there, is your leaps. So you're just going to be spamming your leaps, and then that way you'll be able to get your Hulk Smash back really quick. Next one is Out of My Way. When you use Avalanche or Cratering Stomp, Demolishing Charge gains a charge. When you use Demolishing Charge, reduce the cooldowns of Avalanche Leap and Cratering Stomp by 2 seconds. Cratering Stomp max charges is +2. Next one is Hulk Smash. Hulk Smash now instantly causes you to get very angry and is always treated as if used while already very angry. Hulk Smash always deals Brutal Strike. Hulk Smash cooldown is 4 seconds. So what I originally used was Hulk Punch with Car, because Knuckle Dusters no longer requires maximum anger, which was really, really nice. But I don't really mind not having to use full anger, because it's not hard to bring back up. You can get it back pretty quick. My synergies, I'm using Ant-Man, Beast, Black Panther, Black Widow, Daredevil, Hawkeye, Luke Cage, Psylocke, Squirrel Girl, and War Machine. So I'm using War Machine for the +1 fighting. I'm using Squirrel Girl for the bosses, the boss damage. Daredevil for the melee and the normal and elite damage increase. I'm using Psylocke for the melee damage, the 2.5% melee. Black Widow for the melee damage, the 2%. Black Panther for the melee as well and the movement speed. Beast for the melee and Hawkeye for crit damage, and then Luke Cage and Ant-Man for both of their attribute synergies. So for Hulk's main attribute, for his infinity points, I put my points into durability, so that way he just gets more defensive type of perks. I'll put 2 points there, or 1 point. So yeah, durability or strength are the two you can put it into. If you don't have 25 points, then I would suggest either putting your points into mental focus, strike through, probably not potency, maybe inner resilience or against all odds, micro warps or gravity well, and temporal loophole. Those are the only choices I would go for if you didn't have 25 points or if you had some points left over. So for my gear, he's not too bad. Still need to get better gear for my cosmics. So for my utility, the utility I put on him has a 2% chance when you hit with a movement power to gain 200 critical rating and 2000 crit damage for 5 seconds, 200 crit hit rating, 2% movement speed, 200 damage rating to lead powers, 200 damage rating to movement powers, and minus 2% anger cost. And then the next one, oh, I didn't put any mods on these. Doesn't matter. I'm using Rhino's Indestructible Horn, Advanced Crimson Crystal of Sidorak, and Advanced Circlet of Sidorak. So you can get the Circlet of Sidorak from Juggernaut. You can get Rhino's Indestructible Horn from Rhino, and then you can get Advanced Crimson Crystal of Sidorak from any enemy. The reason why I'm using the reason why I'm using Rhino's Indestructible Horn is because it gives me the anger increase, and the brutal strike rating increase, but the main thing is while you're moving you gain 3 strength for 3 seconds, and while you stand still you gain 3 durability for 3 seconds. So if you're able to do you move for like a second and then stand still for a second, then you will gain both +3 strength and +3 durability, which will give you what was it, 16%? No, it's not 16, it's 24% base damage increase. And then the Advanced Crimson Crystal of Sidorak, 2% chance when you hit to create a shield which absorbs 6320 damage, 30-second cooldown, 1396 health, and 295 damage rating to force powers, and +2 strength. So this is whenever you deal damage, you get a shield. This one is you have a 6% chance when you are attacked to create a shield that absorbs 15,000 damage to you, 30-second cooldown, 14 anger, and 77 health when you pick up any orb, +3 durability, 371 brutal strike rating, 564 damage rating to movement powers. So this is a really good one to have on Hulk, in my opinion. And then his relic, I'm using Relic of Asgard because of the melee power damage, and if anything, I would either go with Relic of Asgard or Relic of Subterranea. Those are the only 2 choices I would go for Hulk. Subterranea for the defense, Relic of Asgard for the melee powers. My catalyst says become invisible for 3 seconds when you use your medkit, gain 418 health when you hit an enemy, 180 damage rating to ultimate powers, and +1 durability. After using a signature power, gain 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds, 10% chance when you are hit to gain 1000 max health for 10 seconds, 30-second cooldown. So this catalyst is not great at all. The only good thing I like about it is, it would be better if I had a +3 durability, but the +1 is still fine. And becoming invisible for 3 seconds when you use a medkit is really nice too. I don't use my signature too much. I use it when there's a group of enemies and whatnot, or if the bosses have somewhat of a lower health, then I use it. But I really don't use it too much. It would have been better if I got the one where you use a med kit, you get 50% health, shield based off your health. So my medallion, I'm using Juggernaut medallion. Every second moving increases your damage rating to movement powers by 100, up to 1000 damage rating to movement powers, 1100 damage rating versus bosses, and 2143 brutal damage rating. So the legendary item I'm using is Ultimate Nullifier. You get in total 6000 brutal damage rating and 25% cooldown reduction to leap powers. So I would highly suggest using this one for Hulk. This one and Hermes Winged Sandals and Savage Axe of Ares are the three legendary items I would go for. But for this particular build, I would definitely go with the Ultimate Nullifier because you're gonna be hitting brutals consistently with your Hulk Smash ability. So yeah. So for the stats, I'm at 54,076 average effective health, 47% damage reduction, 1556 crit hit, 3805 crit damage, 1522 brutal strike, 6748 brutal damage, and 148% base damage. So my stats aren't like what I want them to be at all, but it's still fine. So I'm going to show you what each ability looks like. So this is what X is, the Hulk Smash. It's a charge ability, you have to hold it and then it releases and it's an auto AoE crit. And then I'm going to show you the movements. So that's square. This is triangle. You stomp and it creates a tremor. As you can see right there, it does damage over time. And then you have your dash. And now on L2, you have L2 square for your signature. And then you got L2 triangle for deafening roar. And let me just get my anger up. And then L2X for knuckle dusters. And then you have meteor strike, which is a 1 minute cooldown. So this is how my rotation normally works. I would just hop around and whatnot, and then once I get in a good spot in the middle of enemies, then I do Hulk Smash and go back, and then use Deafening Roar, Hulk Smash, and Knuckle Dusters. Knuckle Dusters also does AoE damage, and it also gives you a damage buff as well. And as you can see, my cooldown for what's it called, Hulk Smash comes back really fast as well. So something you would definitely want to do is kind of not spam too much. You don't want to spam it out of control. You want to be in control of where you leap, because sometimes you might leap all the way outside of the battle. But I mean, it's still fine. But yeah, that's basically it. That's really it about Hulk's build update. I'm pretty sure this build has been used plenty of times. At least the Hulk Smash build has been used plenty of times. Everything is still the same, just a couple of talents have been switched around, like 3 talents or something. And instead of using the Tremor Fist, I'm using Hulk Smash. Tremor Fist is still a pretty decent ability, but Hulk Smash just outplays it way more. But if you were to do Cosmic Trials, I would probably, I don't know, I would test this build out as well, but I would also test out my very first Hulk build breakdown. I only have 2 Hulk build breakdowns. This one and my very first build breakdown. So yeah, you might want to try both if you're trying to do Cosmic Trials. So if this video helps you out at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions for artifacts, medallions, and whatnot, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section as well, or even abilities wise too. If you use something different, let me know and let other people know. And yeah, like I said, if this build helped you out at all and gave you any good ideas for your Hulk, then just leave a like and subscribe. And that's it. So this is all day any day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.